All right, Minifans, welcome back to Tiny CEO. This is the COVID edition. I'm brutally taken down by COVID-19. It's been a rough few days, and I can confirm that tweet where I got overly emotional about the network and the Minifans was a fever dream. I love the content on the network. It's not just because I'm the CEO, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you all heard it. I mean, I am struggling with this stuff, and get your vax. I mean, I only had a couple of shots at the beginning, and then listened to Montante. But wow, last few days have been brutal. Anyway, not as brutal as that consistency podcast. So, put any questions. Oh, here we go. 4 people watching. What a pathetic human you are, man. There's 20 people watching. DW. Anyway, if you've got some questions, put them in the chat. I'm going to be here for a little while, just while we. Nobody's worse than you, Manners. Ooh, DW, you're really on a heater today. Anyway, there's just been a lot of network news, and I am too delirious to do anything else but ramble into this microphone right at the moment. You're an all-time loser, dude. Really? Thank you. Anyway, look, I'm not going to let DW get into my head. So where are we? Well, firstly, put any questions in the chat. Maybe my internet's a bit dodgy. I don't know. Okay, so let's just start with the consistency podcast that just dropped. I thought that was an interesting side of Steve from Gloucester that we haven't seen before. Soupy Steve, soft Steve. And what really frustrated me when I watched it was that just when Gus was going at Steve, which was really the only thing we were there for, these two, needed their one-on-one. And John just jumps in right at that point and goes, no fun here. Go back to talking about lawn mowing and boring Gus stuff. So that was disappointing. But I think this is a good new era for Steve, doing interviews, doing them with video. It was only his first one, so they'll get better. They will get better. But that was a tune out. That was an absolute tune out. I'm just going to go back through some of the questions here, and we'll see what they are. Okay, O'Shellan, are you open to sneakers taking over Quantum Kirk for at least one episode? Absolutely. So I've put out a call to the producer of Quantum Kirk, John from Scranton, and I put out a call to John from Scranton. Sorry, I'm really sick, but I put out a call to John from Scranton, and we're going to recast. We're going to recast Quantum Kirk, whether we use the name or we find a new name, but we'll be reviewing old episodes on the network at some stage. And if you're watching and you want to get involved with that show, reach out. I've already had one person reach out. I said from the beginning that reviewing old episodes is just a bloody fastball down the middle. Anyone can do it. It's good fun. Dava and Danny should never, ever have had the sole rights to reviewing old episodes. That was a Kirk Minahan move, and he was wrong. But that's okay. It's all right. And so what we'll do is we'll start it as a new name, and that way, if Quantum Kirk wants to come back, they're welcome back anytime. If Dave is let out of prison, or he's allowed to Skype in from prison or Zoom in from prison, then we'll do that. Otherwise, Danny can do the show with someone else. So I'll be. I just can't miss it. So I'll be supporting a new Quantum Kirk. And look, it's a shame the show's gone away. I don't know why it has. I think Dava and Danny should have kept doing it, but I think they were struggling to find the time. I think Dave is going to disappear now. VD exposed him, and I think he's scared, so he'll probably run away and hide. That's just where we are with Quantum Kirk. He's the producer of Quantum Kirk. John. Good.
Hey.
I still can't hear him. The best
You
in
can't
the
hear me?
business. Absolutely.
What's up?
Best in the business.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
No, he's doing great. This was the producer of the year. So yeah, Quantum Kirk will continue. I'm very sad that Dave has gone away and Danny, and hopefully they come back. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the questions here. What happened to Steve's testicles? John,
Boom. Is that...
look at this. Look at this guy. I still can't hear him.
Yes, you can.
It's
Fuck you.
embarrassing.
Fuck you. You can't hear me. Fuck you.
Is it? Oh, go on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you could hear. You could have heard me the whole time. I saw the little green bubbles. Oh, shit.
I'm so fucking out of it. Anyway, what happened? Do you know what happened to Steve's testicles?
Steve
From Gloucester. I mean, you had to sit through that interview. You got to admit that was brutal.
Oh, you saw me. I jumped in there. I told him exactly, like, you can't back up like that. You can't back up. Steve's my guy, but you can't if you're gonna, like, I don't know. I am all for being friends with a guy and busting his balls, but, like, I don't know. You gotta go at him.
And what about when you jumped in to defend Steve from Gus? How do you respond to that?
It wasn't even about Gus. It was about everyone. I hate this. Like, I hate when people point their finger at Steve and say, "You're a bit guy. You're a bit guy. Is Steve a bit guy?" And then Gus gets fired, and then they say, "Well, what's going to be Steve's next bit?" And it's like, well, what do you want him to be? You want him to be a bit guy, or do you want him to just be himself and tell you how he feels? He doesn't have to have a next bit because the Gus thing wasn't a bit. he thought Gus was bad at his job. We all did, you know. And I lost him. Anyways, this is Menace.
So I'm back. Yeah, so I don't understand why why you jumped in there though. You should have let them had their back and forth.
Yeah, but it was just him saying, I'm wrong. You know what? You were right about that one. And I was like, no, that's that. I only jumped in one time and I had to that time. That was it.
Okay. All right, now let's keep going through that. And what do you think about recasting Quantum Kirk? I want to put it to you that I think we should, if we do recast it, we need to change the name because I think Dava and Danny should keep the rights to that name so they can come back at some stage. So, whether it's KMS Rewind or KMS Reboot or
we'll call it the KMS Rewind and we'll just bring it back and I'll host or not host it, but I'll produce it and we'll be good. Because then I could just use the same intro. It's the same intro as the Rewind anyways. I stole it from that.
And I've already got one person who wants to join the new panel. So
we can even do it. Do you want it as a panel or do you want it various different people? Like if someone has an episode they want to do, they could come on. I would like to do it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what it doesn't have to be the same panel every time.
Okay. So in the time until the indefinite hiatus ends, I will manage the show and we will rename it, and past episodes will continue to be rewatched.
So if anyone wants to join that show, message me, Joe, John.
Don't message me.
Message John. I'm guessing my internet's a bit brutal today, but anyway, whatever.
What happened? What did you have that fever text or tweet this morning, huh?
Yeah, I've just got really bad COVID, man. Really bad COVID. I tested positive on Saturday. It's now Tuesday here, and I'm fucked. And I'm tough. I don't get sick. But normally I'm just power through. All right, next question, Freddie Lynn. Do you like the VD rundown more than the other crew? I don't play favorites, Freddie, but I'm really happy that VD jumped in and did a show this week because otherwise there would have been no KMS rundown, and we certainly wouldn't have got the incredible show we got today with the Dava news. So, all I'm saying is thank you, VD. Both crews are welcome on the network. I would even say they could even do shows the same week if they want to. It doesn't have to just be one of them every week. If there's 2 rundowns a week, that's fine. What about you, John? Which do you prefer?
I love this week's episode just because I love VD and Blind Owl, and I actually thought Little People Big World Guy did good. I do love the Ziggy show. I just think VD should have his own show though. Like, it doesn't have to be the rundown. VD should just do a show. But then again, if he doesn't have the time, this is perfect to be the guy who could replace them because these guys seem to have schedule issues.
Well, as far as I'm aware, it's the Super Bowl this weekend, so then VD's time will be freed up. I mean, he's obsessed with NFL. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I know a lot of you are. But so maybe he could do regular rundowns. But so, Freddie, to answer your question, I'm going to play it right down the line. I like both of them. I like both crews. I probably have a better relationship with the VD crew. And, you know, did I reach out to VD as soon as I heard the other guys were taking a week off and say, I will do anything to make your show happen this week? Yes. But that's because I like to get more content on the network. Jay Clacky. Are you happy they loved your cricket call? Honestly, it's one of the most surprising things. I thought I was going to send it into John, who was doing Meeting of the Minds, and like about 8 people were going to see it, and we were maybe all going to have a laugh about it, and then that would be it. But yeah,
I sent it to Sports Center.
I'm happy.
I sent it to Sports Center. I DM'd it to Sports Center. I had to. I couldn't not. If they do anything with it, it's theirs. But
well, let's hope they do.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy that they loved my call. Thank you. Why wouldn't I be? But they're not all like that. Like they don't all hit cars. So, you know, my commentary's not always that exciting.
Neither is cricket.
Well, cricket is very exciting. Let's see. Oh, there's a report here that Thomas Douglas is Steve the worst human on the planet. He got me banned from Twitter today for reporting a tweet. Interesting. Soupy Steve.
I did think the Gus episode was good, though. Like, I thought that was a good episode.
No.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I thought it was.
Now, put in the chat if you put in the chat for John if you think the Consistency podcast was good. I don't know how would you do that? Like, yes, if you think it. Ones if you think it was. Well, what if they don't like it?
2.
Okay, so 1 if you like it, 2 if you don't in the chat. And if anyone puts in a 1, you're banned. We've got the executive producer of Mike and the Minifans, BA.
How are you?
This
good. How about you? Can you hear me?
Can you believe this? I thought this would be a perfect night for Meeting of the Minds. So I thought, well, I'm just going to do my own Meeting of the Minds because just so much happened today with the show. So much happened. Let's see if there's any other questions. So I guess we'll be what's your reaction to the Dava gate?
I think he just should have posted the bet slip. I think if you're taking bets for people, you gotta show the slip. If you didn't show the slip, then maybe he was just booking the bet, and then you should just like the money stuff, like paying late and all that stuff. Like if you loan someone money, then you should like it's
because don't you think? So I'm Dava. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to be doing these 3-way parlays all season, or however long they've done it for. And I think over the year, if I'm the bookie, this is Dava, if I'm the bookie, I reckon I'm going to come out on top here. So I'm just going to keep the money. And maybe he thought that a few into it. And then, you know, VD said on the show that, you know, a week before the parlay hit and they reach out $120. So at this stage, Dave was probably thinking, fuck, all right, so I've just been hit again. And then, so if I'm Dava and VD's sending DMs, he's embarrassing me on air, he's going public with it. It is so easy to just go into the app, go through your bet history, which is there. Every fucking betting app keeps your history. Take a screenshot of the bet and tweet it out, and you go, VD, you untrustworthy fuck. I can't believe you thought I can't believe you thought I would do that. And
or hit me up. I'll Photoshop you one. I'll make you
John
one.
Yeah,
I did that with Poppy.
That's going to do a lot for your reputation as being a snake. Anyway, yeah, I just and then this performance today from David to be like, oh, I'm too good for this. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Trying to laugh it off. It's just an all-time move, and it shows he's backed into a corner. He's got nowhere to go.
I do think it's funny, like picturing Daver like he's trying to sabotage the big dog parlay so he can so he's intentionally sending out bad picks so it loses
Exactly.
so that he could book their bet. So I thought
That's
that
what
was,
I'm thinking as well. Like if
That's
I'm
what-
BDing the chain, I'm pissed because you're thinking, well, this guy's obviously not picking to win. So it's a
Yeah.
double whammy.
I didn't
Did
even
you
think of
see
it
that-
that way. It could be
did you see
very
that
manipulative.
Did you see that tweet I sent you? Or a tweet I told you yesterday when the big dog parlay loses, but I didn't put it in. Daver's doing the guns. But I think it's like I kind of feel like I feel bad for Daver a little bit too, like where I don't know. It sucks.
There's nothing
where
worse
I
than
feel
when
sorry for
everyone's
him.
talking about your
feel
money
sorry
or
for
a bet. Like that's the shittiest. It's the worst.
Yeah, like money stuff is tough to like because it's always kind of black or white. Like you if you book a bet for someone, you show the bet slip, transparency. None of this happens, you know.
And my understanding is VD gave David plenty of warning that he was going to go public. He gave him plenty of chances to come out with it. And David is a difficult, stubborn prick. I don't care what everyone says he's a nice guy. I actually don't think he's a nice guy. I think he's a lying fucking snake. Everybody that ever does a show with him falls out with him. Everybody that, he doesn't have many friends. It is sad what's become of him right now. And this is the hugest example of it. Montante doesn't want to come on tonight because he doesn't want to bury his friend. And so, yeah.
I don't want to be like that. I like Daver too, but it's the hard-headed Portuguese like aspect where
yes.
If you like VD's like just show your slip, and he's like, I'm not showing it. Like just show like because even if he did bet it, like he's making it even into a bigger spectacle by not doing this, showing the slip, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then
You could have just set the slip out now, and this is all gone.
Because the other part is like, okay, the bachelor party stuff and all that stuff is like, well, you loan the guy the money. I don't know. But you should pay back. It's different, but if you talk about like
whenever someone says, "Can I borrow money for a week?" It's never a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like if you're giving someone out money, then it's like, okay, you almost expect that you're never getting it back. So, but I guess Daver always paid back whether it was late or not, or if he had to drive to his house to get the money. But yeah, it just the bet slip like if I know it's like Daver and John. Daver and John are they on the same? Because there's tweets out there where Daver was burying John for not sending Poppy the $200.
Yes,
from 4 years ago.
I didn't want to say it, but Daver's my guy. But there are those tweets out there. I will say that someone may have or may have not sent them to me today.
BD said it's unfair to make people hound you to pay back a loan. That is true. That's where, but it's like I don't know.
John, do you owe Jake $220?
Yes,
I do.
Make sure you pay that
for
please.
weed.
I give him the money. That little shit.
But yeah, that's a thing. Also, too, I don't know. But again, if I ever owe someone money for something, like I try to pay back like instantly. Like I would be more annoying. Like I would be messaging them, be like, "Hey, can I give you the money? How can I give you the money?" You know, like we're doing fantasy football, and I'm like I can't Venmo or whatever. So me and Buddy won the league, and we had to figure. I was like, I can send it to you this way. We did it in a few days, right? So,
and
but
it's a shame.
But like you never know people's situations. Like, what if he's short on cash or whatever? So then I don't like piling on the guy if he's like. Maybe you shouldn't be taking loans, you know. So, but.
And yeah, it's a shame though that this has ended the Quantum Kirk era on the network. But yeah,
I heard John is now. John said he's taking it over. He's taking it away from Danny. Well,
it's going to be called KMS Rewind, and we're going to review old episodes.
I'm only doing what the CEO asked
and there's already people interested. But I think before we move on, it's worth paying tribute to Quantum Kirk because we all thought they would do like 2 or 3 episodes, and they ended up doing maybe 20 episodes. and they came back when the network. They came what?
I actually did blow. I did blow Kane off. I think he was in Toronto, and then I never connected with him. But he never texted me either. So
good in the mutual. That was a good time to interrupt. Anyway, so
this you said it's meeting of the minds, right? So that's what.
Yeah, it's true. It's catching, John. But yeah, I think they did a great job on the network. They did way more shows than I thought they would, especially with Dava as the host. It was always going to end badly. And I thank them for their contributions, and they're welcome back anytime. Honestly, if they said tomorrow we've changed our mind, we want to come back, they'd be welcomed back. No bet slips needed, Dava. You can just come in and do your show.
Actually, a guy that knows a lot about money, Adam the Jew, said, "I feel bad for Dava getting his private ship blasted out there, but VD is right. Nothing worse than chasing after people for money." That's right.
Yeah. And I just also wanted to borrow on the Dava subject. People probably saw that tweet that Red put out where it was me allegedly asking for fake bits on a show.
Oh, yeah. What was that from?
So I'm sure that's from Dava. And John, you might have been in some of these messages when Quantum Kirk started. I never said to them anything about fake bigs. All I said was, for the first few shows, and you can go back and watch it, Danny says a million times, "Oh, yes, Dava, good point. Oh, yes, Dava, good point." And I said to Danny and Dave, I said, you can disagree about things sometimes. I said, I never said fake fights or anything. But, Dave has got an agenda and Red's got an agenda, so they wanted to twist it to make me look bad. But, Dava was above being helped. He was above any criticism, above any tutoring. He literally could not get the fucking camera out of his face like this. And he did 20 shows. He was just like that for 20 shows in the camera. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I think Red is compromised. Red, Oatsella, Michigan Man, they're all compromised right now. So, yeah, I don't know. You can't really trust what they're saying because you can't trust someone who's compromised. It's like, what is their agenda? Like, some people are saying I'm compromised and maybe I am, but you never know.
There's a lot of agenda-driven stuff at the moment floating around.
Yeah.
So,
but John, don't you think you should stay firm with the Danny and be like,
stay firm and what? Do nothing. If they call me not loyal because I want to sit here and do nothing, they clearly don't know me. And if I know those two guys, I know them pretty well. And I think Dava might be a little upset with me, but I don't think Danny will be.
And John, if they said to you tomorrow, can you come and help produce a Quantum Kirk? You'd be like, yes. Like you doing this doesn't mean you're turning your back on them.
Yeah.
He's out in Jersey. I feel bad that Dave is getting his private shit being blasted out there, but VD is right.
Yeah, he did. Well, he has a fever. I
read this. I said he knows. I didn't know. He knows about money.
Yeah, don't listen to me. But is it private though? I don't know.
Can BA admit he is intimidated? I actually, but he didn't reach out to me to go to go out, so I don't know.
I mean, here I will say this about the private thing. It's like, okay, Kirk brought up today. It's you're using my fans to borrow money from. So, like, kind of at that point, it's in public domain, right? That's how I look at it. Kind of, it's like you're asking the fans of a show that's a podcast to borrow money. So you're kind of in public. Look what happened to me with Poppy. The same situation. We blasted it out to everyone. So it's like once you do that, you're in public domain.
Yeah, and John it's like me producing Mayo's podcast. Like, it's going to get you in trouble. So this is from Kane. This is to me. I thought you would be off air for February. Any comments? That was directed at me. I've been sort of stuck at home, sick for the last 5 days. So I'm just bored. I can't really do anything productive because my head's fuzzy, Kane. But you got me. You got me, Kane. You got me. Big Bill. There was a lot of twos about the Consistency podcast, meaning it was no good. And he's saying John's interrupting made it worse.
Fuck you. I interrupted one time.
But
if people want me to produce their show, I'll interrupt. Fuck off.
See, I would say the Consistency podcast isn't one that you jumped in.
I'm not going to do it anymore, but I'm not going to sit there and listen to Gus say this shit. I'm sorry.
But you have to. You can't like
it would have been good to hear Steve defend himself there and not you.
Maybe you're right.
And I go back to when Quantum Kirk started. You know, you were in the background, and then slowly but surely you just pop in every now and then. And
They
then
told me to do that.
After about 6 episodes, you're just on. It's just the John from Scranton show.
I'm not having this.
John does that. Yeah, John.
I'm not
that's
having
John's
this fight right now.
And Kirk 5K. Did Manners like Dua Lipa or Miley more at the Grammys? Unfortunately, I didn't catch the Grammys, but I will go and Google Dua Lipa from the Grammys because I'm sure she looked amazing.
Memes has a good point. Memes has a good point. No one took money from the Minifans better than Mancock did.
And he disappeared.
Or Pizzagate, or the Pizza Fund.
But Pizzagate was kind of like Steve
Kirk
Robinson. Like Mancock was a Minifan. He scammed Minifans out of like $40,000. There could be a ESPN 30 for 30
and a Kirk Minahan onesie that I had bought that child.
What about the Meemaw story that David borrowed money and then had to go and pick it up like once or twice a week? So David goes, no, that wasn't it. He just had to come and pick it and meet. We just meet once or twice a week. Like he said it wasn't it, and then it exactly was what it was. I mean,
well, yeah, that's where it's like if you owe someone money, you should drive to them, I guess. But I don't know if maybe Memes was okay with driving around.
That sounds like something that was easily agreed upon in the situation, and then something like this happens, and you can easily turn that on his head. Like, he made me drive to him.
Mima said it was only 81 trips, so that's not that
bad. And VD said to me privately that in one way he feels that he doesn't want to enable Dava, that clearly Dava's got an issue here, and it's probably gambling, because gambling is one of the most harmful addictions around in Australia. It's a huge problem. It destroys families, and maybe Dava has a really big gambling problem. And it doesn't have to be thousands a week. You know, he all told us he was earning 80 grand a year. You know, if he's burning a lot of that gambling when it's not a huge wage, then he's fucked.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's tough to go in studio and say you make 80, 90 grand a year and then have something like this happen, though. I will say that. It sucks.
Well, it's especially when he was bragging about how well he's doing, and then it turns out he's been borrowing money from loads of people. That's very strange.
Well, I guess the only thing I would say to kind of on Daver's side is like the bachelor party thing, I think was like 4 years, was a while ago. So it's not like it was recently. I'm not too sure when the other one was.
I really like to hear Daver's side of this story. I really do want to hear his side of the story.
But I just think I don't think he'll ever admit he didn't put the bets in. You know, like I really don't.
What can he do now? Because if he admits it now, then he is fucked. He's going to look like a liar. I don't know. He's going to look really bad. I mean, I don't know what I guess he's just got to like pour his soul out. If he wants to get out of it, he's got to pull on the tears. He's got to be like, you know, I've hit rock bottom. I'm sorry. He's got to ask for sympathy. Like it's shocking.
He did tell me that I reached out. I said, "How you doing, buddy?" And he said, "I was a good egg." Which honor for Daver. But he's like, he said he might be done with KMS for good now. But because I think a lot of people,
I fucking knew it. I said to Montante before, I said Dave is going to just disappear now. It's his only way out.
BA acid reflex. Oatsella is my enemy.
That's true. That sucks.
Yeah, but I don't know. I could see him being back. I think if you come back and say I didn't place the bet, I was booking the bet. Fuck, I got caught. Too bad. Like I think that no one really cares about anything else.
He's gone too far. He's almost gone too far for that. Like you do that when VD calls you out privately, and you go, "Yeah, you got me. I thought you guys picked really badly, so I thought I'd keep the bet this week because it wouldn't win or something." I don't know.
Yeah,
that's what. Yeah, I just want to just.
I like Daver. Sorry, go ahead.
Go on. No, go on.
I like Daver. Like Daver, part of the network is all like the diva. Like they were the original divas, and like they weren't like hardcore diva. Like seeing the rundown, how big of divas they are. Like the Quantum Kirk guys were minuscule in their divaness,
but John and Danny are lovely guys, the Quantum Kirk guys. But Dave is not easy. Like he's very sensitive. He's a diva. Like, and the thing is, like, Dave actually like got genuinely pissed off with me about stuff on the network. Like, he couldn't even just laugh at it. Like, we're all just having fun here. Like, lighten up, fatty. Speaking of strange things, so this is from the Consistency podcast that just aired. Now, I put this on Twitter. Gus claimed to have done a deep clean of his house when he was in studio last week. This was behind him on screen and recorded. This was recorded on Sunday night, so it was the timelines are. It was after he admitted to doing a deep clean. I mean, that is piles and piles of rubbish there.
I sent Coleman a video
layer
of this
upon
while
layer.
it was happening.
I mean, look at that stuff.
The Thor hammer on top too, like just unbelievable.
Gus is so annoying. Him being a part of this this golf tournament. This is he can never figure out the stream. He can't figure out how to stream to people. It takes him so long to figure it out. And he can't take a few light jokes. Like if there's any kind of racial jokes or whatever in the chat, he's getting mad. But I guess who knows. But
are you defending racism now?
No. I'm defending jokes. Okay,
good. It's a bit annoying. He's also going on this road trip with the KMS show. Like, I'm a bit like Gussed out. Aren't you guys?
I love Gus right now. I love new Gus.
But John, you say that about everyone.
Fair.
Yeah, memes had to golf with Gus. Oh,
which is good. You're consistent.
Yeah. Killer Kowalski said, should we bring up his ban on Mike, meaning of Mike and the Minifans on Friday night? About? He got banned accidentally. And like we apologize.
I didn't ban Killer for a change.
I think Joe accidentally was putting up his comment, and it, when you click the three things, and if you click it too fast, it bans them.
Put ban, ban user delete their comments. Oh, accidentally did it again. Accidentally did it again. No, just joking, Killer.
So there you go.
What was I gonna ask? I was just gonna ask something about fucking.
But Gus, he's an annoying guy when you're playing the golf, when you're playing all this stuff. He's a very annoying. Is that a fitted or something? Snapback.
I'd be happy if you didn't go on the tour with the guys. Anyway, other stuff. Someone just sent me a tweet.
Can you pull up the tweet I had of Daver when he loses the? Or no, you don't. No.
What do you want me to pull up, John?
The one that when the big dart parlay misses, but you never put it in. No, you don't think that's good.
I didn't have that one. I didn't have it.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you sent it to me, BA, but that was.
I could send it to you.
Okay.
And I've got Thomas. I've got. I
do feel for Daver a bit.
Yeah, we've lost him. I
hope not. He'll get through it.
Yeah, I hope we get him back, but it could be all over. Here we go. Manners, you're such a little hater. Gus owns you. Focus on that Weight Watchers plan. Well, that's a good one.
Don't say that, Gus.
I'm not really that fat. I'm really not that fat.
Just a golden 8-2-2-3, Gus.
Manners, you get so pissed off about shit from the network too. Yeah, but I don't actually fucking hate people. Like if I ran into Ziggy Robinson tomorrow, I wouldn't like fucking ghost him because he put his show up on the network without telling me.
I remember what I was gonna say. How about them talking shit about you wanted to go on Twitter? Were you? Because they were like, you're not gonna get. What did they think they're gonna get thousands of views from that? It's like, I don't think that's what our goal was.
Yes, and actually this is good because you guys are both here. I'm not taking credit for this and also the criticism for this. You guys have both suggested this to me. And as a good manager and CEO, you want to take on board these ideas. And whether you think they're amazing or not, you try and, get them done. So that's what you both suggested it to me. And it's not about getting 1,000 thousands of views. It's about people having more awareness that the show's on.
Or just goes live. The point of why we want to do that is when you go live on Twitter, it pops up in the top of your screen that Kirk Minahan show is live. People click on it. If they don't want to watch it from there, we did our job. They clicked on it.
It's like promotion. Actually,
It's just
the rundown guy said it was a good idea. That they agreed that my idea was good. They said that the Kirk-based shows should be on the KMS account. Like all the Kirk-based shows. So I guess they want their show on it too. That's why.
So like not the Robbie V show, but the rundown guys should be on there, kind of a thing.
What?
Yeah, like
The
Mount
show's
Kirk
not
more.
about it. Yeah.
Quantum Kirk. Yeah, like any Kirk related. I think too, it gets more people like, what? How does Kirk have all these shows going on at every day? Like, it's. I think it, but it's more for. But also, sorry, I did bring this up like 2 months ago when we were starting out.
Oh, KMS is a network recap show.
Uh-oh.
Listen, we can't complain about that because we
Menners
are
is
the ones
muted.
that complain if it doesn't
so-
talk about. So
I was coughing, so I muted myself. KMS is a network. I also always said from the beginning, blood fart, that this wasn't my idea. So you just need to listen better, fatty.
yeah, it's Jake.
But I agree with them. It's not a great experience watching on Twitter. But what it will do is, Mike, I want to watch this. I'll go to their YouTube channel, and then
And maybe
you stay there and
subscribe.
watch it. Yeah.
It's unique because like no other show really has like a full week of shows outside of the show. You know what I mean?
I think the show is treating the network perfectly right. Like I think there's a good balance between the show and the network. I don't think it's not all about like that anytime it's mentioned, people will say that. So I mean, there was a time where it was mentioned too much. Like when the network started, that's all they talked about. The old network started. That's all they talked about. And like Kirk saw the ramifications of that.
Do you think it was
a good
Do you
balance.
think it was a light day today that the Daver saga got so much pub?
No, I think what it is this is exactly the type of drama that Kirk likes. It's two guys fighting about something pissy, and it's perfect for him. And the fact that it just kept going with the Dava call, and then the call back, and then the VD call. I mean, I think they would have moved past it. But Dava called back twice, VD called, so it was just the perfect day it just worked out really well. I think there was other stuff to talk about, but this is what Minna fans love, the inside show stuff. John, can you?
Freddie Lynn said to. Sorry, go ahead.
If COVID kills me, would you take over the network, John?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
There we go.
I would do it if it didn't actually. No, I actually waved the white flag on that. But if you were to die, yes, I would take it and run it in your name, right into the ground.
Run it in the Menners trust. It's the Menners trust. Okay. All proceeds go to the Menners estate.
Yeah, please.
I'll quote.
Yeah. Just on calls with the main show. So they've clearly ramped back the calls because I don't think they took calls
all week
last week. They didn't take calls today. Shouldn't they? I think they should just pick like 1 or 2 days. So they say maybe, the last show of every week, whether that's Thursday or Friday, we're going to take calls. And then all the good callers will know, okay, Thursday, Friday is going to be the day I can call in, and we have good bits, and it gives everybody like a focus.
I think it just needs to be natural. Like if he wants to take calls, take them.
Don't you think it's like better where it's random?
Because the callers needed a break because they were getting bad there.
No, because I think obviously you can take calls. You can take calls if you need to. Like if you want to react to something, you can just do it any time. But I think, if the good callers know there's a regular time every week, they'll have good bits ready.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, okay, I'm calling in this Friday. I've got this joke or whatever it is.
I guess.
He goes through those phases. He goes through these phases where there's no call. And I think it's good. I think you let that one be more natural rather than everyone calling up Friday. That's very bitty.
I do want to say the Fawn Squad golf tournament, PJ 2K23 tournament is on to the second round. It should be played and the next couple days the second round.
Beautiful.
So everyone knows.
Freddie Lynn brought up why isn't Menors putting the shows on Twitter Spaces, or why isn't there a Twitter Spaces? Maybe Freddie Lynn should run the Twitter Spaces KMS Network show. We would do that.
But isn't this better than that? Like, isn't
So,
if we're
but
gonna,
if it's a Twitter Spaces show, he just goes into Twitter Spaces. The thing Twitter Spaces has is you could let anyone speak up on audio. You know, so
yeah.
But I guess Twitter Spaces could be like a separate. I don't know. It's like the Twitter Spaces. You can't do both at the same time. It's either one or the other, right?
I actually think this would be good. Like, a fan of the network should start a Twitter Spaces show about the network. So
there
it's,
you go.
We get really meta. We're going to get really meta with this.
Yeah. The Twitter space, like the network rundown. They should do the rundown of the network. Okay, well, this is what went on the network this week.
Yeah,
well, a hot sister.
No, don't.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess someone could do a Spaces, and then the network account could join the Spaces and be a host. But it's like, what day of the week do you do it? Like,
yeah, I'm not into it. I don't think Twitter Spaces has ever really taken off. I don't know if it's a huge area that we need to focus on, to be honest.
It's basically like it's a way from the only way we would be able to do it is it would be on Twitter through the KMS Network account. So it's like there's not even many people that follow that.
Like that would
be better if a Minifan just did a
crazy.
Twitter Spaces show. You know, like say Freddie Lynn did a Twitter Spaces show. You can consider that part of the network, kind of.
But and you just make the network account a host or whatever. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to, if someone wants to do a Twitter Spaces network show,
might be a good idea.
Full weight behind it, and for all you people that think I'm fat out there, it'll be a lot then. We've got a big night tomorrow on the network. Greg Polar makes his first appearance on KMN, so he's going on Mount Kirkmore with. Now, so get this. Beanbag Ron reached out to Greg Polar and he said he'd go on. So just think about this. Beanbag Ron is now, organizing shows with Greg Polar. I mean, that what a journey for the guy. What a journey. And it turned out well. They do most shocking show moments, and it's good stuff.
Got to think. Look at the Mount Kirkmore boys. They kept their heads down. They were never divas. They never acted like divas. They were like, well, whatever you want to do, And like, look at them now. They're booking superstar brothers. They're booking a superstar's brother.
Yes,
Greg Polar. So that's pretty great.
Of a B to C level star.
Steve, you would give Greg Polar a B to C level star?
Why? What would you give him? He's on a TV show.
An F?
I mean, we're Fs. We're Fs.
No, we're like not. We're like
we're not
even on the alphabet.
Yeah. Like Greg Polar.
We're just a color, like yellow.
No one knows who Greg Polar is.
It's true.
But yeah, anyway, so that's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. So Beanbag Ron, McFuss Daddy, and Greg Polar, most shocking show moments. Well, look, I just wanted to jump on BA. John, thanks for
one thing
joining.
How about the Kelly Keegs Coleman tweet? That was
I
wild.
can't believe John called Greg Polar a B level star.
I mean, a B level star when you're in an actor is a very mean thing to say to somebody. So
I think he would be.
I mean, he's on a TV show that's on a net that you got to at least be.
He's on a TV show in fucking Azure's Your Band or wherever. Like, he's not.
Let the record show, Greg Polar. I tried to defend you and BA shit.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think he would say he's a B level, a B
yes,
star.
He would. Yes, he would.
No way. No. So anyway, viewers, thanks for tuning in to COVID Menace BA. John, thanks for joining. A couple of things. If you want to join the new KMS Rewind, which is reviewing old episodes, reach out to John, me, or Joe, and we'll put you on the cast list. You don't have to be there for every show, and we can all, you can pick episodes, and it'll be a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, we've got, as I said, the big show, Mount Kirkmore, and then Mike and the Minifans this Friday, maybe streaming to Twitter. So anyway, thoughts and prayers with Dava. RIP Dava. See you guys.